Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this super dramatic makeup look. There is a lot going on my face right now. I know it's a little bit much, might be a bit much for some people, but you can always turn it down. Turn it down? Just turning the dramaticness down. You can always take away the lashes, take away the red lipstick, and it's kind of like a soft glam, not soft glam, but you know what I mean. You can always tone down looks, so don't be too scared if this is something that you wouldn't kind of rock, but it's always good to have some fun with makeup and get creative and just experiment a little bit. This is the look that I came up with using this Morphe palette, which is the 18T Truth or Bare palette, which looks like this. It's really, really pretty. I ended up using the more like burgundy shades, but I definitely will kind of reach for this palette on like an everyday basis to go with like the neutral tones. Nice and travel friendly as well. So if you would like to see how I got this makeup look right here, then please carry on watching. To start off this look, I've already done my brows. I actually did soap brows today. Trying it again, I don't know if it really worked. I don't know if I really have the brows for soap brows, but we gave it a go. That's what we've done. So I'm going to go in with the MUA Pro Base Moisturising Primer. I've been absolutely loving this lately and have been reaching for it a lot. It's really, really hydrating. So I'm going to go ahead and massage that all into the skin. For foundation, I'm going to take the MUA Pro Base Longwear Matte Finish Foundation in the shade 110. I'm going to go ahead and take it on my Spicy Choco Kush Blend Sponge. You guys know I love these sponges. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce it all into the skin. I'm not taking it on the eyelids because I want to put the P. Louise base down there anyway. Then I'm going to cream contour, and I'm taking the AQA Studio Sculpt FX Contour Stick. This is in the shade Latte. I used this in a previous video and I really liked it, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and use just under my cheekbones, around the top of my forehead, down the nose, under the lip for like a poutier appearance, and a little bit under kind of like the jawline. It'll just help kind of sculpt the face. And then I'm going to blend it out with my ZOEVA 110 Face Shape Brush. I'm just going to do one side at a time, so that way we have time to blend it out before it sets. I swear this is the best brush for blending out like cream contour. It's just the perfect size, so you don't like move it too far around your face. Like once it's kind of blended in, I like to do like little patting motions just to kind of really blend it in some more, I guess. Once I have cream contoured, I'm going to take the AQA Studio Liquid Concealer in the shade Fair Ivory. I tried this out the other day and I loved it. Very cool, cool coverage. It's a very cool coverage. It's a very full coverage. Pop it on my chin. I've got a little breakout there, a little bit under my eyes. I actually quite like having like less coverage under my eyes. I know that seems very backwards, but I have natural kind of freckles here and I quite like it. But I'm going to apply some under the eyes anyway. Forehead, I'm again just leaving the lid bare, ready for the P. Louise base. And I'm taking it on a P. Louise Mirror brush. Then I'll just blend that in with a sponge. I'm just avoiding that eye because I'm making a TikTok video, so I need to leave something for the video. So now we have the concealer down, I'm going to go ahead and set the face. I'm taking the AQA AOA. I just remembered when I filmed my first impressions of this brand, I kept saying AQA and I don't know where I got the Q from because it's AOA. Anyway, I'm taking this powder here. This is the Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder in the shade Beige. And I'm just going to use a kind of fluffy face brush to set the face, again avoiding kind of around the eye section. Then I'm going to pop my base down, which is why I left my lid completely free of makeup and powder. I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade RIMMEL number 2 and this kind of skinny concealer brush. And I'm just going to carve out my brows and then just pat this all over the lid as a nice base. Okay, I am back with one eye partially done other than the lashes, just because I didn't really know what I was doing with this palette. I also ended up using the more purpley tone in the palette and then realised I'm also going to be wearing a red lip in this video. So we're going to make it work. I should have gone a little bit more neutral, but that is fine. So the first shade that I'm taking is called ZOEVA, which is this one right here, which is like the kind of purpley colour, which is through the crease. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M433 brush, which is like a really skinny blending brush. I got this recently and it's really good for kind of getting it right into the crease to map out your shape of the shadow. Just going to go over the crease just to make sure that that base hasn't creased in any way. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start by packing that into the crease and mapping out the shape. I feel like my lighting has gone really weird and I can't work out why. Does my lighting look weird? Then once it's kind of on there, I'm just going to diffuse the edges slightly. If you place your brush kind of going upwards, you're not going to like apply too much colour, but you're just going to diffuse the edges very softly. Next up, I'm going to take the shade Candid, which is this one right here, which actually ended up being a little bit darker on the lid than anticipated, but that is fine. So I'm taking it on a ZOEVA 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush, and I'm just going to start by kind of like patting it over the edge of the purple and then slowly blending it across. Then I'm going to take the highlighter shade out of the palette, which is this one right here called Unveiled. I'm going to go ahead and pop it on the brow bone just to kind of diffuse this smokiness a little bit. And I'm taking it on a little Morphe brush. This is the one that came in like a purple brush set, which you can no longer buy, but a really small brush like this. What we do, we'll do. Then I'm going to dip into Full Disclosure, which is right here. It's just kind of like a soft beigey tone. I'm taking it on a kind of fluffier brush. I'm just going to dip into it like ever so slightly and then just blend out this kind of like inner section here and then also across the brow bone. Looking at the other side, I feel like I need to re-intensify it a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of work through the steps again. So going in with that dark kind of burgundy purple shade first, really pushing that into the crease to kind of bring it back to life. Then I'm also going to run that under the lower lash line. I'm only taking it to about where my eye kind of stops, like my pupil, and then that section here I'm going to put the brown. And then I'm going to take the mid brown and kind of pop it in the inner corner and blend it underneath the darker burgundy shade. Now I'm just going to add the highlighting shade to the inner corner of the eye using the same brush. Now for the lid, I'm going to take this beautiful shade here, which is called Exhibitionist. I was going to go for this sparkly burgundy, but because I remembered that I'm using a red, I just want to add some brown to it so it kind of ties together. But this shade does look beautiful. So I'm taking this one here called Exhibitionist. It is kind of like a bronzy, chocolate, shimmery brown colour. It's really beautiful. I'm going to go in with one layer dry and then spritz my brush with a little bit of primer water just to kind of add a little bit more of like a shimmery finish. And the brush that I'm using for that is the MAC 239 brush. This shadow is absolutely gorgeous. Sorry for the sound in the background. Everyone's at home, as you can imagine. And And then I'm taking a tiny dot of the darkest shade and just running it through the crease. Now I'm just going to knock away any fallout. There is like minimal fallout though, just with my powder brush. So my nose is kind of itchy. Then for the waterline, I'm going to pop in Morphe's Bar Colour Pencil. This is a really like warm brown, and I feel like it's really made my like green eyes pop. Comment down below if you really enjoy that sound, because that is like my ASMR heaven. Okay, and then we're going to do the wing. I won't be able to talk during this because I'll mess it up, but this is the Morphe Felt Tip Liquid Liner in the shade Ink. I've just used it for this wing and it's really good. Really nice and intense and smooths over the eye smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead, pop on my wing, just draw across, draw a wing up, put it down. Hopefully it turns out somewhat symmetrical. Now I'm going to pop a couple coats of mascara on. This is the Technic Mega Lash Mascara. We have some really big falsies to pop on in a second. So for falsies, we have these huge lashes, which I'm so excited to have because I have been after some really big lashes. Of course, they are faux mink. They are not real mink, which is amazing. They are in the style Yas Queen, and I mean, that just suits the slash entirely. They're absolutely huge. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on and we'll be right back. These lashes are absolutely insane. Like, they've covered up my whole eye and I kind of love it. They're so big. They go like honestly above my eyebrows. I'm actually obsessed. They might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you want like a really, really, really big eyelash, those are the ones that you should go for. Like, oh my god, they're huge. Okay, onto the face. So I'm going to bronze up using the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in the shade Sun Glow, and I am taking it on a Morphe M401 brush. I recommend if you do get this brush, wash it first, let it dry and then use it. I don't know why, but it makes such a difference. For blush, I'm going to take a teeny tiny little bit of the shade Edgy from this Morphe blush palette, and I'm taking it on my Morphe M405 blush brush, which is new to my collection, so we're going to give it a go. I'm going to take a little bit of this and just pop it on the cheeks. I feel like it will go in nicely just because the eyes are so intense. It's good to kind of balance out the face. I can't get over these lashes. They're probably, if not even probably, they are my favourite pair of lashes that I've ever worn, and I've worn a lot of lashes in my lifetime. And tap it on the back of my hand. Yeah, like, it's very pigmented, so I don't want to go in too heavy. It's actually really pretty. You just need to go in with a very light hand, maybe tap it off on the back of your like wrist or hand first. Then I'm going to set the face. I'm taking the MUA Pro Base Fixing Spray. Now I'm going to highlight using the Morphe Star Blazer palette. I've actually been really loving this. I'm going to go in with the shade Cosmic or Extra. No, definitely Extra, because this look is extra, so which is this one right here. And I'm going to highlight my usual places, so cheekbones, tip of the nose. I'm going to leave above the brow for today. You know, tone it down. I'm only joking, I know this look is very, very intense. So I'm going to go in with the shade Extra. I'm actually going to spray that with a little bit of the primer water just to kind of make it like really intense. Okay, now I'm going to line my lips with Barry M's Red Lip Liner, and this look is going to go from intense to like really intense. And then we're going to go in with Morphe's Steamy Lipstick. This is a Mega Matte. My lips are a little bit dry. Pop on some lip balm. I'm very excited actually to put on a red lip. I always wear nudes, but nudes go with everything. Here we go. I actually love it. I feel so glamorous. Listen, I have just finished my Monday to Friday makeup compilation thing. You know, it's like Mondays I've been going all natural. I'm not going to do the rest of it, but I will leave my TikTok here or down in the description box below because I'm like really proud of it. Okay, and this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. I wasn't too sure how it was going to go with the red lip, if I was completely honest. I was like, oh, I might just last minute go for a nude, but I'm glad I did. I feel like this look is really bold, like the lashes, the shadow, the lipstick. It's a lot going on and I am into it. Like, I'm really into it, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. My brows look really kind of like dyed down because I don't actually really have much product through them, just the soap method, and I feel like I actually like it. Let me know your thoughts. I feel like if I went for a heavy brow, it would be just another cool makeup look. It wouldn't ruin it or anything like that, but yeah, I'm really into it. Palette wise, love it. Of course, as always, I'm just going to move my phone out the way so I can get to the palette to show you a final little show. So remember, this is what the palette looks like. This is a palette that I will actually reach for on like an everyday basis for sure. When I do go back to work, I want to feel a little bit more glam. I feel like I've kind of let myself go a little bit. I do work for a skincare brand, so wearing makeup isn't something that you tend to like go towards when it comes to like shadow and things like that. However, I could definitely pick this up for an everyday look. Just kind of put that through the crease, that on the lid, that through the crease, that on the lid. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a really quick palette. Massive fan of it. It does come with a good quality mirror as well, so it's good to travel with, and it's nice and slim. This was part of one of my Glam Fam videos. Morphe send me out a package every month to do a look with, and this is the look that I came up with. You can get £5 off morphe.com using my code, which is glamfam334, of purchase of £10 or more, or $10 of more. It is a one-time use code. It's not an affiliate code, so I don't earn any money from the code, but I just thought I would share it with you. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, definitely give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. Leave a comment down below, let me know what kind of content you want from me in the next coming weeks, months, years. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'd really appreciate it, and I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. I'm gonna go ahead and for foundation, I'm going to take the MUA full then I'm going to dip into full Morphe M4 You can get £5 off Morphe. You haven't already. Oh my god.